Trump tariffs being imposed on China, Mexico, and Canada would have unexpected consequences for the American auto industry, including increasing gas prices. A 25% tariff on cars and parts from Canada and Mexico is now in play, plus new tariffs on imported oil. That's bad news for buyers, manufacturers, and even gas prices. So, what does it all mean for you? Think of it this way. If your next car is made in Mexico or Canada, it could cost you thousands more. And that's a lot for a badge swap. These tariffs hit hard. Popular models like the Chevy Equinox, Toyota Tacoma, and Honda CR-V built outside the US are now potentially a whole lot pricier. General Motors sells over 200,000 Chevy Equinox SUVs a year. Most of them come from Mexico. Add a tariff and suddenly you might be considering something else. Luxury brands like BMW and Mercedes also build in Mexico. But when your car costs over $50,000, what's a few extra thousand in tariffs? It's the everyday buyer who feels the squeeze. Toyota already killed the Tacoma in the US, and now the RAV4 is at risk too. If the cost to import skyrockets, companies might just cut models altogether. And it's not just cars. Trump's tariffs also slap a 10% to 25% tax on oil imports. Experts say that could mean gas prices jump by at least 10 cents a gallon, just in time for your summer road trip. Over half of the oil we import comes from Canada and Mexico. Now refiners have to pay more, so guess who's going to cover the difference? With gas going up and cars costing more, EVs suddenly make even more sense. But there's a catch. Most of America's cheapest EVs are built in Mexico. Automakers aren't thrilled. GM, Ford, Toyota, they all rely on cross-border supply chains, and tariffs could mean job losses here in the US too. Could companies just move production to the US? In theory, yes. In reality, it takes years and billions in investments. So don't expect a sudden made in America boom. The bad news for truck lovers, GM Silverado and Ram's heavy-duty models are made in Mexico. Tariffs could mean price hikes, even for America's best-selling rides. If costs rise too much, demand falls, and if demand falls, companies could cut jobs in the US. Exactly what those tariffs were supposed to prevent. The bottom line, if you're in a market for a new car, you might want to buy it now, because by the time these tariffs fully hit, sticker shock might be very real. The tariffs are here, prices are set to rise, whether you're filling up your tank or financing your next car. Buckle up, it could be a bumpy ride. So is it time to buy? Well, if you're considering a car change in the next 12 months, you might want to do it now. I'm Nick Miles.